Yeah.
Like getting hit in the face.
Martial arts has definitely influenced a lot of my acting.
We'll put our skills to the test. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Study the Craft, a show where I go around studying people's crafts. And then I will put our skills to the test. Today I'm here with Enmanuel Estrada. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm good, thanks, bro.
I'm just gonna call you Manny because you're my buddy, you're my friend, you're my pal.
Yeah.
You are also an amazing actor, wonderful martial artist,
Thank you.
a music dabbler, a wonderful person, a stand-up guy in general. So I'm gonna have a good time asking you a few questions, learning what you do, what you're about, how you do what you do, why you do what you do, all that good stuff.
Awesome.
And then at the end, we are going to make the greatest superhero film ever.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
I think this is going to be a good warm-up question. Do you have any warm-ups as an actor or anything like that? Like, do you ever watch Anchorman? You know how Ron Burgundy does that thing? He's like,
"How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?"
do you have anything that you do to kind of get yourself ready to get in front of the camera?
Yeah, I actually do. It's funny. I actually say red leather, yellow leather. And I try to say that multiple times just to get my my tongue warmed up. So I'd be like,
red leather, yellow leather.
Yeah, red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather. I'm terrible.
Yeah, me too. But
the only one
it
I'm
helps
good
me
at,
out.
because my mom used to tell me this one all the time when I was young. It's a box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer.
Whoa, a box mix. That one's interesting.
A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a biscuit mixer. A box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits, and a bigger biscuit mixer.
So I start off with that. That's usually what I start off. I start off with red leather, yellow leather, and then I like to do like mouth exercises, like going like ah and then ooh, like that, just stretching out the the jaw out, you know. Yeah, pretty much.
All the vowels.
Pretty much, and then I like to what I like to do is also like I love to like roll my R's too, just to get the tongue ready, like you know, it's like a I do that just so I'm ready and just before we're about to shoot, so get nice and warmed up.
Awesome. So what about method acting? So you have that kind of getting ready to get on camera. What about method acting? Do you find yourself in the mind of the character, like even offset?
You see,
and I'm not talking about the Migos, not that offset.
yeah, I understand. Actually, I consider myself like a fake method actor, not a real method actor, because method actors are like legit, like they stay in character the whole time. Like you said, on set, off set, every single moment, like the whole time of their shooting. I
think the most notable person on that is Heath Ledger. I'm pretty sure is the obvious one that we can bring up about method acting.
Definitely.
There's a bunch of great method actors.
There's bunches of method actors like Chadwick Boseman and all that stuff from Black Panther. And like they really stay in character, like real legit. I consider myself a moment character, like a moment actor. Like I get really immersed into my character, but in the moment. And as soon as that moment is done, I get out of that moment as well. That
actually reminds me. It's funny you say that because when we were shooting Springs County Psycho, I may even be able to edit the clip in because I think I still have it. We were shooting one of the last scenes, and I probably don't want to say any spoilers. So if I say any spoilers, I'll edit them out too. But
yeah, future Chris.
Note to my editing self. But there's this part at the end when you know the scene I'm talking about, the very last scene where things are very tense and all that.
Tense.
So Anthony was filming, and then you were just sitting there like you looked like you weren't paying attention to anything. Like you were just like dead-eyed. It looked like you were just lost in your own world. And then someone was like, "You ready?" And you're like, "Hold on." Yeah. All right, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, rolling.
Hold up. Don't roll yet.
All right, rolling.
Yeah.
It's almost like in that moment you're finding that moment, and then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I found my flow. I'm gonna strike. So it's just kind of cool to kind of see that and make that connection.
So yeah, definitely. I'm like, in the moment kind of actor. Like I guess consider a fake method actor, and like it's okay though because everybody has their own way of doing things, and I think it works for me so far, and it's been pretty good. And like everybody should just know their niche or their thing, and just go with it. I think that's something that's really good. And yeah, definitely when you saw me there when I was like really really thinking, yeah, that was me getting in the moment. Like drowning out everything else and just being the person that I was supposed to be at that time and thinking about what happened, how I got there, leading up to that moment, what is all the emotions I'm feeling, that kind of stuff, yeah.
So my next question is, how do you usually find your gigs? And also, what do you do to stand out to get your role when you audition for them?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so one of the most important things that I did to like really to get gigs is I think every actor should know as well that you totally need to make connections with the people you work with. And
network.
It is so important. Yes, network, exactly. It is so important to really make connections because those people, that's how I got my gigs really. I'm not even gonna like lie or anything. The how I got my gigs was usually from a reference from another actor or another person or director or that has referenced me to another director or another actor for a different project. So it's definitely something that it's really important to really make connections when you're on set, really focus on that and really go to try to just become good friends with pretty much everybody there because they can lead you to your next gig.
And so when you do kind of get put in that position, what do you do when you're auditioning to stand out for the role? And I actually have a good story.
So what you want to do if you're getting like an audition or a video audition, you want to go beyond what they would normally see. Like in my opinion, actually for the Springfield Psycho, I went beyond too for my audition as well. I actually went out somewhere and acted out in the woods, which is pretty cool.
So what called for the role is his part, basically the majority of the time he's tied up in a basement, tape around his mouth. And so when I was auditioning people, I just wanted to know if they can send me a video of them pretending to just have tape around their mouth. They could have just sat there, selfie style, just doing what they do, like woo woo. But he went full-fledged, had someone videotape him in this, what was it, like an abandoned shed or something?
Yes, an abandoned shed, yes.
He put tape around his mouth, actually was completely tied up, almost filmed like a little, snippet from a film itself. And, I looked at it, I was like, wow, he kind of really went, above and beyond with this one. I kind of just have to, I don't even think I talked to anyone else after that. I was just kind of like, okay, this is the guy. This is who I'm going with.
Awesome.
Because no one else really, I hope no one else that, auditioned for that feels some type of way about this, but no one else really kind of, proved themselves that much. So
yeah, it kind of brought it to your eye, right? Like you kind of saw it and it would stand out a little bit, which I think that's really good for any actors out there. You want to stand out with your audition video and you want to have fun with it. It's very important. Like when I went out there, I was thinking, I'm gonna do, this extravagant kind of audition where I, like he said and he explained. But most of the time, I was just trying to have fun, Chris. Literally, I was just trying to have fun with it. And if I got the part, I got the part. If I didn't, I didn't.
Yeah, and then you got the part.
Yeah.
And so
That's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Even though you probably didn't know as big of a project as it was going to be at the time, but you still kind of proved yourself. And as a director and someone who is holding auditions, if you want to catch someone's eye, then yeah, definitely put in your all and do something like what he did. And even if they ask you for something, small and whatever, if you want to secure your position, then go above and beyond. So, my next question, and not to pander to the crowds or anything, because I know superheroes are really popular right now, but if you could be casted as any superhero or villain, who would it be?
Any superhero or villain? I would probably pick a not known superhero as much as. If anybody of our viewers are watching and they know Young Justice or they know the Teen Titans, I would probably go with wanting to be casted as Blue Beetle from the DC universe. He's actually his character is a Hispanic he should be a Hispanic actor because his character is Hispanic, and his name's Jaime Reyes, and he has one of the coolest power sets ever.
I actually never heard of him. What are some of his powers?
Well, he's imbued with he's like a scarab. It's like a mechanical scarab that's alien technology, right? And it's imbued inside his spine, and it comes out like an armor, almost like Iron Man, but it comes out and covers him completely. And he has he can shape all that armor into cannons and blasters, and he's legit crazy. And I think it's awesome. He can fly and he can breathe in space. Look him up, Blue Beetle. I would definitely want to be casted as him. I think he's great. I think he's a great character.
I feel like if I wanted to be casted as someone, it'd be the Joker, and not just because he's in the villain, the go-to villain, but I'm really good at the Joker laugh.
Oh yeah. Oh cool. Really?
You want
Hey, let me hear it, yo. Wow. Okay. Okay, yo. Joaquin, check this out.
Ask me. I don't think Joaquin wants to be in the new Robert Pattinson Batman. I think he wants to do his own thing. So if they need a Joker for the new Robert Pattinson Batman
movies, right here, Chris. Oh man, that's funny, man. That's good. That's good.
All right, so on the topic of superheroes, and it'd be great to be the Blue Beetle and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but if you could be your own superhero, casted as your own original superhero, what would your name be and what would your power be?
That's a tough question, but yeah, okay.
If you got to write this character, if you were the writer of this character and you were able to flesh this person out completely.
I would probably be. I always like technopaths and also like Magneto. If anybody knows him from the X-Men, he moves metal and stuff like that. So I think I would be a character that would combine also my martial arts skills with that kind of ability. So probably like a ninja type feeling, but he would move a gold substance, like a gold metal, with his mind. And I would probably call myself, the Spanish word for gold, oro. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oro.
And then he uses his martial arts to make he fights, and then he uses his metal technopath to make staffs and swords out of the metal that's on him. So I think that would be cool.
You never really see superheroes that you always see them they're good fighters, hand-to-hand fighters, but it never really seems like it's martial arts fighting, you know what I mean? I feel like most of the time it's more just brute force fighting rather than very technical.
So it looks more like just heavy swings, heavy haymakers, which is not all about fighting. Yeah, so it makes total sense. It is seen in a lot of action movies, but action movies are getting lower and lower, which is sad. But if you wanted to bring out different types of martial arts, I think the greatest thing to add is like more practical looking martial arts.
Yeah. I think that's what it is basically. Like coming to think of it, I do see like a lot of martial arts in movies, but like you said, it doesn't look very practical. Like it's not how martial artists themselves would really, kind of go about it. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's true because because for a movie, they're trying to make it look pretty. They're not all about like, if this is realistically happening to you, what would you do? They'll mostly be like, well, can you make that look good for the camera? You know what I mean? And that's the thing about, it's different a little bit, just a tad, when it comes to real life and when it comes to movie life.
It's kind of almost like, are you ever like watching a film and it's like two people that were never even trained in fighting, they get into like a street fight and it's like almost like a game of chess. It's like, I punch you and then you punch me and then I'm stuck here for a second, then you punch me again. Whereas in a real street fight, people are just like wildly swinging, like, ah!
Yeah.
Like getting hit in the face, and they're just blindly swinging. Like, it's I don't know. I always, and I think I kind of want to do this. I always wanted to see a film where people get into a street fight and it's just chaotic like that. And it's just kind of like it looks like a real fight. Like, I might actually pay the actors to actually fist fight to really sell the image. But
funny.
yeah, we'll get. I kind of want to dive deeper into martial arts and everything like that in a second. But going back to more actor-centric questions for the moment, I want to know, where do you think you shine most as an actor?
All right, good. That's a good question, Chris. So I think I shine in as an actor, in my opinion. My thing is being in the moment kind of thing. We talked about that. Oh, and something very important that really helps me as an actor was very important is knowing how to take direction. And I think that's mostly the most important thing you got to know when you're an actor, because there's a director directing everything. That's their job. They're trying to direct you in the way they see their vision. So if you don't take good direction, you won't fulfill the vision. So it's definitely one of my, I guess, best attributes is to follow direction really well. And when I do something one way, if they ask me to do it another way, I'm able to transition pretty clear through it. So yeah, definitely taking direction.
Yeah, I definitely think you did a wonderful job with that when we were filming, because you can be one of the best actors in the world, but if you go onto a set and you're not really following the director's orders, then the project isn't going to be uniform. It's not going to have a solid feel. It's going to feel like even though the actor may be really good, may feel also out of place at the same time, which kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth with the film. But also at the same time, it is good to, even though you have a specific vision, this is something I like doing a lot, and which is why I think we mesh so well, because you're a very in the moment type actor, is I kind of like giving actors a little bit of free rein with the dialogue and other things. So for instance, with him being the person in the moment, it gives him a little bit more ability to kind of feel that moment and be who he wants to be, and kind of fill that character out a little bit, while at the same time still fulfilling the vision I had for the whole thing. So yeah, I think that's a good way to put that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I have a fun little thing for us to do. I'm going to name 3 movie quotes.
Okay, I'm not the greatest with quotes. Okay.
I'm gonna say 3 quotes, and then you are going to say where they are from.
All right, let's try.
Okay,
Let's
so
try it.
First movie quote.
I'm listening.
Hey, who blew that bubble?
Don't know.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Ah, the movie. Oh my God. Man, I was thinking of so dramatic or something. Something dramatic. Oh man.
Like that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I like that.
No, yeah. Wait, did you ever watch the SpongeBob movie?
I watched a little bit of it in and out.
I didn't realize this when I first met him. This man is what, 28 years old? 28 years old. He's probably wouldn't have watched the SpongeBob movie. I don't expect him to, so I'll give him a pass. But anyone 24 and younger, if you didn't know that quote, I'm disappointed. All right, I'm pretty sure. I mean, this one's pretty universal. I mean, you should know this one. I am your father.
Ah, iconic Darth Vader. Iconic.
What movie is it from?
Empire Strikes Back.
I was expecting you to say Star Wars, and I was going to try and get you, and I was like, which one?
Oh yeah.
No, you just went right.
Yeah,
into
Star Wars.
Empire. You didn't even mention Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know your Star Wars.
It's an awesome
apparently.
movie. Whew.
All right. This one's my favorite. Okay, so I may be an outfit repeater, but she's an outfit rememberer, which is just as pathetic.
I don't know, the Devil Wears Prada? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
The Lizzie McGuire movie.
Okay, yeah, I was way off. That's funny.
That one's a gem. Don't sleep on it.
Maybe I'm an outfit repeater, but you're an outfit rememberer, which is just as pathetic. Okay, does she not have anything better to do than make my life miserable?
All right, so 2020 is here.
Yeah, definitely.
Apparently,
New decade.
Apparently, because time's just going by so quick. What are your goals this year as an actor, as a martial artist, anything? What do you want to accomplish this year?
Well, that's good. The greatest thing I want to tell you guys as an actor point of view is to always have like a long-term goal,
Yep.
a goal that you can accomplish also in a year, and a goal short-term where you can also accomplish in a couple months.
I think that goes for anybody, like not even just actors. That is good advice to anyone.
Yeah, and that's something that I really focus on today. Focus on making sure that I got my goals straight. You know, the long-term goal is to be maybe on a nice network and give yourself time too. Don't rush things. I'm giving myself time. Maybe in about 3 to 5 years, I'll be in a network, maybe Netflix, streaming, or Hulu, or something like that. I'll be a prominent character in one of those scenes. That's what I give in 3 to 5 years. That's good, long term. And then I give myself like a short term, something I can accomplish just this year. And for me, it's just to be in 5 projects. That's all. My short-term goal out of this whole year is to be in 5 projects. If I do more, that's great. But give yourself something you can accomplish and you know you can accomplish, and then you can go beyond that. So that is something really good that I love that. So always have a long term, always have a long term, but then always have also a short term that you can accomplish and also go beyond. So yeah, definitely.
I really think it's awesome you put it that way, because that's definitely one of my philosophies too, because I think a lot of people, they have wonderful long-term goals, but they never think of them practically, break it down, and then follow the short-term goals that are going to get you there.
Exactly.
So, it's a process, and if you set practical expectations for yourself, then the dream, the long-term goal becomes a lot more realistic. So I think that's an awesome way to put that. How has martial arts influenced you as an actor? Or actually, I'm kind of curious, because I don't even know this. What came first, your passion for martial arts or acting?
Oh, well, the crazy thing is I always wanted to be an actor, but the thing is it always seemed unrealistic, especially when I was younger, and my parents were like, what, an actor? They would try to steer me to like a practical job
But it's 2020 now. Anything's practical.
Exactly. So, back in the day, that wasn't practical as much. So I feel like those two came hand in hand. Wanting to be an actor and wanting to be a martial artist, because when I was also younger, my family couldn't afford to put me into martial arts. So me and my dad would just watch a whole bunch of martial arts movies. We would watch Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, all those. And we'll also watch boxing every night, or MMA and UFC. And we'll get into that vibe, like, yeah, this is amazing, and we'll be like, oh, awesome, and we'll always love it. But I was never able, to be, actually do it myself. So when I got older, everything just kind of went in there for me. Like 6 years ago, I decided to do martial arts because I was able to pay for it, and then that's when I started doing it. And now I'm almost a black belt, I'm brown, and then just one away. And then it's just because it was just a dedication that I truly loved martial arts. And I just kept going, and that came out. Now I'm going the other way I wanted to with it, which is I want to be an actor, and I'm gonna go full-fledged. And you never know, in a couple years, you never know. So yeah, that's definitely something that they kind of came hand in hand.
That's pretty awesome because it's kind of like, you know, if you work hard enough at something, like some people think, okay, I have to go in either this direction or I have to go in either this direction, whereas you're kind of merging them into each other. And like, you know, once you got older, we're able to take initiative to actually, you know, start doing martial arts. You're also old enough to start realizing like, okay, I can also be an actor. That's practical too. So it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
in your mind, it's like, why not both? So it's also kind of cool. Like, you know, I was actually thinking about asking some questions about like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, seeing like your idols and like that martial arts movie type thing, but I didn't want to be like too cliche, like, oh, he's a martial artist and an actor, so I'm going to ask him questions about Bruce Lee. But yeah, I'm kind of glad you even mentioned that and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool how they go hand in hand. And so that actually brings me to another question, or I guess it's kind of part of the same question, but like, and I guess you even kind of already answered it, but like, how has martial arts directly influenced like your acting, like, and any like specific examples of like some films you've done that you know, where you were able to kind of express your martial arts a little bit?
Okay, yeah, definitely. Martial arts has definitely influenced a lot of my acting, and I think action stars don't get the credit that they deserve, because I feel action stars are so amazing, and like I feel like they just get swept under the rug almost every time. But like Jason Statham, amazing actor and amazing martial artist. But yeah, I feel like the thing that really helped me out to being a great actor with the martial arts was that the martial arts gave me good discipline, and that's what really kind of helped me to like put that into acting as well. You know, because when you're in a martial arts, with me, I do an Israeli combat martial arts, which is Krav Maga, and it gave me a really good sense of discipline. And discipline is something you need to complete your belt system and keep going up the ranks. And that's something that's great. But then that I transitioned that discipline also into my acting, like creating, certain regimens of certain things I want to learn, certain things I need to do. And that's really good that the discipline really kind of merged into acting, and that's what's been pretty good. And it actually has helped me also to even get roles. I got a role that the movie is not out yet, but shout out to Bob DeClore. He was the director that we were making a movie, quote unquote, called Espionage 2. And in there, I literally got the part because I was also a martial artist. Not only because I was an actor. They were looking for an actor, but they said if you can do martial arts, it's a plus. And because I had that already on there, when I went for the audition for the thing, for the movie, for the short film, I actually got the part because of that. Because they saw that, oh wow, he knows martial arts, he's been doing it for 6 years, and they were like, wow, that's really good. And that actually helped me get a part in there. But that's really what helped me out. Martial arts really helped me just be able to do more things. Oh, and has actually opened me up to even different possibilities, as maybe even like fight choreography, which is also something I'm going into and actually putting into other aspects of my film career as well.
If you're an actor and you have another talent, I definitely use that as leverage, because like you said, if someone knows that, if someone knows you can do something, then there are characters in films that need those talents. So if you're a martial artist, if you like even something simple, like if you can paint, like it's good to still have that on your actor's resume, because what if there's a short film about a painter? You know what I mean? Like if you can actually paint and make something look good, you can get much better shots. If you're watching a movie and you see Brad Pitt make this big immaculate painting, you're only going to see the last shots of him getting like that last little strike just to make it look like he painted. Whereas they can get much better shots if he was actually had the finesse of a painter. And I know that's much different than martial arts, but the
concept is there.
The concept is kind of the same. Whereas you can tell when an actor that's the main actor in an action film is not actually athletically there. For instance, like, not saying Liam Neeson isn't, you know, in his prime, he was a wonderful, you know, like actor, even doing his like action shots and everything. But as he's starting to get older, I'm sorry, you can kind of tell like he's just kind of stiff and like, you know what I mean? You can tell that like he has stunt doubles and everything. So, you know, if you can kind of, you know, portray that yourself, then it really sells the image a lot more. So
Definitely.
And speaking of Krav Maga, I'm kind of interested because, you know, I used to be in karate myself, and I got a yellow belt, so what's good with it? So I want to know the difference of Krav Maga compared to other martial arts.
Well, Krav Maga is definitely more of a practical self-defense. What we do in Krav Maga, it's an Israeli combat martial arts, like I said. It is made for the military in Israel. And everyone at a certain age needs to learn Krav Maga in Israel because they're still at, you know, war. So everyone knows Krav Maga in Israel. And the crazy thing is, it is a self-defense that you use as a practical reaction to something. So every move, it is from a reaction of some sort. So when somebody grabs your neck, or somebody points a gun at you, your first reaction will either put your hands up or already have your hands up. And then the move is implemented from that action that's already made. So that action comes here, and then it will go forward and continue with the next part of the technique. But it starts with the normal reaction that you already do. So it's pretty cool. It's more like a legit self-defense too as well, because it's real short and sweet and to the point. And Krav Maga is very just, you go and you take care of the situation and you leave. You don't stay there for like a sport or something, like for 3 minutes or something like that. It's literally, you should be in a fight. It's like street fighting almost, but knowing good technique in the right amount of time. So that's pretty much what Krav Maga is. It's like something that you can defend yourself and also protect others in about roughly, when you get it all situation, roughly around 12 seconds, and be okay to leave.
Okay. I'm gonna fight you.
Grab. After you grab, I want you to knee. Right to the groin.
Ow.
And then throw. And then
He snuck me.
Something simple but effective.
He snuck me. All right, we put your martial arts skills to the test. It's time to put your acting skills to the test, as well as mine, because we are about to make a superhero film together. He is going to be the hero, and I am going to be the villain.
Let's do it.
I sent him a list of Mad Libs questions, in which he replied, and then I put all of his replies into a script that I so graciously wrote.
They were weird questions.
they were very weird questions.
But yeah.
But they gave me the words I needed to you know, fill stuff in. So Mad Lib scripts, fun. All right, so this is going to be your cape.
Oh, cool. I'm getting ready to get in character. Nice. Superhero me up, yeah.
And I am a villain. And every villain has a scar on his eye or her eye.
Yeah. Hey.
How's it look?
Oh, menacing. Menacing. Right.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's make a movie. Well. If it isn't Otto.
Give it up, nerds. Your time of elegantly swimming is over.
You are far too colossal to stop me.
Well, yeah? Well, I have the power of pineapples on my side.
Well, I have an army of angry cuttlefish.
But once I show them you're Keanu Reeves, Then they will see how much their leader whispers.
Not if I destroy you right here and now with this craft. Any last words?
Yeah! Shallow agencies freeze!
So yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so there you have it, everyone. We have successfully completed our first episode with our friend Manny here. And so we hope you liked your self-defense training. We hope you liked our amazing short film. And now,
Definitely
to wrap things up, I want to let Manny here, say whatever he wants, plug himself, his Instagram, let him plug his dojo that he teaches at, and anything that he wants. So, what do you have to say to everybody?
Oh, well, first I want to say thank you, Chris, man, because letting me go on here I had so much fun doing it, and you can clearly tell from our lower short. But it was awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to plug in some things. I want to plug in our Performance Krav Maga. This is actually our dojo right here that we're filming at, and we have 3 locations. Check it out in South Jersey. Awesome. Also, would like to also plug in where I went to do my workshops, where I got all my training, my formal training of acting, and that's Wiesper and Ryan. So thank you, Wiesper and Ryan. Check them out; they're awesome. And I just want to plug out some new things that I'm coming out in, especially that's coming out soon. One, it's going to be with director Bob DeClore, I think I mentioned already. It's going to be Espionage 2. Another thing that I'm going to be in is a web series directed by Andrew Froning, and which is called Into Gray, which is Gray, a little mini web series that we're trying to actually get out there. And then lastly, I definitely want to shout out our movie that's coming out very soon, The Springs County Psycho. Check that out. We worked really hard on it. It's going to be so awesome. I'm so happy.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it. I'm really happy. And follow me on Instagram. It's really easy. It's The Real Enmanuel. E-N as in Nancy, Manuel.
I think I may have pronounced your name. I said Emmanuel earlier. Is it Enmanuel?
It's Enmanuel, yes.
Well, I apologize.
It's okay. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter,
That's
Facebook.
why I just call you Manny. But
yeah, follow me on that at The Real Enmanuel. And that's it. Thank you, Chris. You're the best.
I know. Later, bro.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
That was great.